Previously on the Presidential GM Mode series, Joe and Donald's budgets were practically cut in half after requests from their stars to move their shows to a bigger arena. Meanwhile, Obama would continue to try and build a rivalry between Shayna and Vortex in the hopes of getting a five-star match between the two, in order to win his bet against Donald. Can Barack successfully build this rivalry up? And will the president still be able to book shows of high quality despite their lack of funds? Let's find out now at episode 5 of the GM Mode series. And before I head out, I just want to give my sincere congratulations to Barack Obama on becoming the first $1 million champion in George's brand new Universe Mode series. Although considering how big of a beating the self-proclaimed final boss gave him, my highly intellectual mind doesn't see any way that Obama can get past The Rock when the two eventually clash in their ambulance match.
Shayna's contract is up again. Jesus, I need to start paying more mind to my star's contract duration so this doesn't surprise me every time. But obviously, Shayna needs to be re-signed because of my bet with Donald. And come on, Carmelo, I just got done getting my ass kicked by The Rock after becoming the first $1 million champion in our Universe Mode series. My mind is not well equipped enough at the moment to deal with you being upset with me. So I decided I needed to sign a new heel to the roster after Braun's injury. I saw Dominic Mysterio come up on the talent scout search after his contract with Joe's NXT came to an end. He and Santos could indeed cook if I'm able to get a rivalry started between the two. In fact, I'm also going to make it up to Carmelo after not booking him in his hometown last week. We're going to have a triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship. It should hopefully be a match that will cook. Also, we're going to make sure Shayna and Vortex's rivalry goes up to level 4 as we try to get a 5-star match out of these two.
Yeah, you better be happy about me forking over half my budget just to please you. Consider yourself lucky that I'm not president, so I can't send a presidential arrest warrant your way. Also, Randy, I apologize for not giving you your match. Like I said in the last episode, it was either you or Cody who I would let down. And with Cody being my world champion, the final decision was obvious. So yeah, not a good opening for me this episode. I'm already in a bad mood as it is. It was straight up corruption that I was eliminated first in that $1 million triple threat in the Universe Mode. But I've got a contingency plan for that. That can be put on the side for now though. Let's focus on our show here. Ricochet is finally back from injury, so we can now continue his rivalry with Gunther. We're going to put the two against each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Honestly, though, that's all I've really got in terms of proper quality for my show. Considering how long it's taking for this Damian Priest and Braun Strowman rivalry to fully kick off, as well as Cody Rhodes not even having a proper opponent yet. So yeah, there's a lot to workshop here. But they don't call me the master of the art of the deal for nothing. You can't keep your future president down for long.
I'm glad you're happy about the bigger venue, Gable. But don't forget that I am the President of the United States, so just be careful with who you're messing with. Now this is interesting. I wasn't aware you could get interactions that would involve multiple stars at a time. And it just so happens it's our two megastars of NXT. Both Knight and Theory want the main event spot. My answer? Why not both? In fact, this is actually perfect. I can make a huge match involving these two and the stars they are currently feuding with. Doing this should hopefully kill two birds with one stone and increase the level of both of their rivalries at the same time. I'm going to sign this guy just so Gargano has something to do, cause I honestly don't have any concrete plans for him currently. Basically his entire 2023 in real life. Jimmy needs a break after beating Gable practically every week. So we're going to use a health spa card on him for this show. We're also going to build Dakota's feud up further by booking the two in a tables match. And then, as mentioned a minute ago, we have our massive fatal four-way match involving the Knight Ludwig and Theory rivalries. And like I said, here's hoping that both rivalries will have their levels raised through this match. Fatal four-way matches are actually perfect if you need a potential quick way to build some rivalries up. But of course, it's a luck of the draw situation, as in it could happen, but also has a good chance of not happening. So whilst we're going through our shows, I just wanted to say congratulations, Barack, on becoming the $1 million champion in George's Universe Mode.
Thank you, Joe. That means a lot to me, old friend.
God, this is pathetic.
Not as pathetic as you getting eliminated first, Donald.
Nah, you know what? I'll tell you what's pathetic. Barack thinking he can get a 5-star match between Shayna and this job.
I've still got 2 shows to get at Donald. My confidence isn't going anywhere just yet. But going back to the $1 million title match, I'm actually surprised you haven't outright complained to George about the result.
That's because as the master of the art of the deal, I have a contingency plan cooking. You best not be worrying about that though. Focus on that quote-unquote final boss who seems interested in taking the gold away from you also.
Yeah, I saw what The Rock did to you, Barack. I'm more than happy to be out there in your corner for your ambulance match if you want me there. The President and Vice President combo back at it again.
I appreciate that, Joe, but if I'm going to retain my championship, I want to prove I can get the job done on my own. This is something I have to do alone.
Fair enough. You've always been the humble one out of us three after all. Don't even deny it, Donald.
Why am I getting called out? I wasn't even going to say anything.
Changing topics, how are you guys handling your lower budgets after having to buy bigger venues?
Par for the course, I guess. As Donald says, it's one of the many challenges a great GM must overcome.
I should write my own book on this thesis. I'll title it The Art of the GM Deal. Besides Barack, if we got forced to buy bigger venues, then no doubt that same obstacle will be coming your way too.
Oh, I'm counting on it. In fact, that's why I asked about it in the first place.
You gotta be kidding me.
I can't believe it. Theory actually lost.
And to his rival, no less, too.
That just makes this even better.
I'm more than happy to recite the Third Amendment of Megastar Theory again since you're in such a good mood.
If you do that, Joe, I'm quitting the series right here, right now.
Should I even bother asking?
No. Just concentrate on your stupid $1 million title reign whilst you still can.
That didn't sound threatening at all. Anyway, shall we get on with our second shows of the episode?
Absolutely.
As if there's ever going to be a time where we say no to that.
Oh, wow. It's crazy how I called this literally a minute ago. As if my main man is going to screw my budget like this. But at the same time, this is Bobby Lashley we're talking about, the Almighty himself. It makes sense for someone of his star power wanting to perform in a big arena. Anyway, Becky, you couldn't have asked this at a more inconvenient time given how our next show is literally our next premium live event. But fine, last, take some time off. I'm sure I can think of something whilst you're gone. So as Bobby requested, we're going to buy the Wrestling Center venue here. On the bright side, it should hopefully mean we get a bit more profit from our shows because of the increased ticket sales and prices. Speaking of the Almighty, he's going to be in the main event against Steve from Minecraft for the Intercontinental Championship, seeing as it was you who requested the bigger arena, Bobby. I'm expecting you to perform and win the title here. We're also going to book Shayna and Vortex in an Extreme Rules match. Now, this is going to determine if I can manage to get a 5-star match between the two in our premium live event in the next episode. So it's a pretty important match. Remember, guys, if I end up not getting a 5-star match with them, I have to trade Donald one of my stars. Vice versa, of course, if I win. Speaking of Donald, though, what he said a minute ago sounded more like a threat than anything. I really hope it wasn't, though, because I have more than enough on my plate with The Rock and that ambulance match against him in the next Universe Mode episode.
There is not a single universe where I actually give a damn about you leaving Cole. Go away, thank you. Oh, for the love of God, Ricochet, you can't be serious here. I had so many plans for you. Rivalries against Gunther and their Judgment Day. And this is how you repay me. I hope you join Nakamura in Talent Search Obscurity for the rest of the series. Hell, you know what, Ricochet? I'm going to form a partnership with Gunther in the next few weeks. Just to spite you for turning your back on the future President of the United States. I think I can afford to give Randy a week off with a health spa card. Seeing how his and Corbin's rivalry is on max level heading into our premium live event in the next episode. Don't ask me why I'm signing Apollo Crews, by the way, because I honestly have no clue. I simply just need someone to fill some space for me on my card, so I may not give a damn about you leaving Cole. But I'm sure as hell gonna use you on your last appearance. And book you in a Falls Count Anywhere match in the hopes of giving my show a bit of a ratings boost. And then in the main event, my two men's champions. Rhodes and Corbin are gonna hopefully have a classic champion versus champion match together. I'd also like to say that Ricochet leading the brand isn't actually the worst thing in the world. It's given me back a decent amount of money to go back into my budget. But God, it's so weird to be struggling with money like this. It's literally the stuff of nightmares.
Whoa, hold on now, Jimmy. Be very careful about what you're saying. You're on the same brand as Austin Theory, for crying out loud. You're not that guy, Jimmy, pal, trust me. You're not the guy. But yes, I'll give you your main event match. But sorry, Ludwig, I just don't see you having a partnership with Jimmy. I don't want him bringing you down like he and Jay unfortunately brought WrestleMania down for a short time with their match at the show. I've actually got some very good matches for this show, saying that I'm kind of taking a big risk having a main event where no rivalries are involved. But I didn't want to put Jimmy and Gable in another match until our premium event in the next episode. And also I figured Ludwig could raise the rivalry level with Knight through promo talk. Also, we're going to have the NXT Women's Tag titles on the line as well. Honestly, we're looking at a super strong card here. I feel like I'm getting better and better at this every week, I'm hoping I can also do the same thing in George's Universe mode too. These old bones showed in that triple threat match that they've still got that dog in them after all.
Oh no, that's not a good sign.
Barack, I will commend you for dedicating yourself to making this rivalry a success. But I think we're approaching the obvious result. That being me getting one of your stars after our next Premium Live event.
Donald, you can never be cocky when it comes to GM mode. The 5-star match could still happen.
If it somehow does, then I know for an absolute fact that both this game as well as the wrestling gods have it out for me.
And there it is. It took a while, folks, but Donald is now officially blaming God for losing the triple threat match in George's Universe mode.
Look, Donald, I have to ask. You mentioned a contingency plan in regards to my $1 million championship. What do you mean by that?
As if I would ever tell. I don't think it matters to you anyway, Barack. Chances are I'll be using this contingency on The Rock anyway.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you don't think I have what it takes to beat The Rock?
I don't think any of us do when it comes to the squared circle. If I of all people are saying that, then you should know that this is a fight that you can't win. At least when it comes to fair conditions.
And that, Joe, is why I cannot accept any outside help in my ambulance match. I need to prove that The Rock is just another man, and that he can be defeated one-on-one.
It's your call, Barack. You're the champion after all.
Just like Cody Rhodes is mine. What an amazing man.
Are you in the same position as me, Donald? My champion Santos hasn't got a match set in stone at our next Premium Live event because Braun ended up getting injured.
Unfortunately, yes. Mainly because Cody asked for time off and I couldn't get a rivalry properly set up for him. But once again, it is our duty as general managers to overcome obstacles like this.
That's great and all, guys, but the worst thing just happened.
What do you mean, Joe?
Weren't you watching? Theory lost his match.
Oh my God, just shut up, Joe. Wait, what? You gotta be kidding me?
Oh my God, no way.
This is corruption. A complete stain on our country.
Because you're last in a video game? Come on, Donald, you seriously need to grow up.
Cut the damn feed. I said cut it. And while you're at it, you can shut your jabroni mouths up too, because the final boss has something to say. Listen to me and listen good, Barack. In the first episode of the Presidential Universe mode, The Rock laid the smackdown on your candy ass, but you need to understand something. The Rock didn't do this for no reason. No, sir. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, Obama, because listen and listen good to The Rock right here and right now. Obama, you are nothing but a transitional champion to the great one. Only The Rock. Only the final boss has what it takes to turn that $1 million championship into the most electrifying and prestigious championship in Universe Mode history. And in episode 2 of the Presidential Universe Mode, The Rock promises you right here and now, Obama, your ass is getting thrown into that ambulance. And at the end of the night, The Rock will indeed stand tall as the people's most electrifying $1 million champion. And as that fat walrus Paul Heyman would say, that is not a prediction, that is a spoiler.